All right, I'm gonna go with the middle one. Hey there, it's Pete with GCI Turf. Hope you're having a great day today. Be sure and subscribe to the channel. You can watch this whole process. I got a little bit of an issue. Well, it's not really an issue. I mean, your kids are gonna grow up, and kids get driver's license, and kids get a car. And I've got a 16-year-old, I got a 17-year-old now who's had a car for a little while. And then my daughter is about to get a car. So that's two new vehicles introduced to a driveway in a matter of a couple of years. Got probably the smallest driveway in the entire neighborhood. It is what it is. It's what it was when we bought the home. Nothing I can do to change that. I have a very large truck. It's a 4-door F350 dually that takes up quite a bit of driveway space. I park my Mustang in the garage, and then my wife keeps her car in the garage. Space is very, very tight. So I'm gonna fix it. And what I'm gonna do is I'm going to extend the driveway out 14 feet. That's gonna give me about 60%-ish more driveway. And you can see this one white line to my left. That is what's gonna represent the edge of the driveway. And then this white line right here is gonna represent my natural area. So I'm standing where the pine needles and plants are gonna be. And of course, on one side of the driveway, I have this problem right here. It's just not wide enough when we've got several vehicles parked. It's just not wide enough to get in and out. And over here on the other side of the driveway, I got the same problem. And yeah, I got a really, really big truck, but I like my truck. It's not going anywhere. And plus, with two more vehicles that we didn't have, I got to compensate somewhere. So I got to widen my driveway. So right here is where the driveway is going to be widened, okay? We're going to take that edge and move it over 14 feet all the way down. And it's going to mimic the turn. You can see down at the end of the driveway how it kind of swoops in and goes back out. That exact same shape is going to be mimicked by the new driveway. So that means all this Laripes got to go. And you can see right here where my line's going to come straight across here. So we'll have to cut the sidewalk and remove this part of the sidewalk. You can see right here it's going to come right through here. So from here over, all this is going to be concrete. I'm actually going to leave my hose reel where it's at and just concrete around it. I like where it's at. So I'm just going to run the concrete all the way to the foundation of the house. This really stinks, but this Japanese maple, it's got to go. Now I got to move this crepe myrtle. Now I'm going to keep my trees. They're not going anywhere. I'm going to transplant them. There's a hose pipe hook up. My yard irrigation runs off my well in the back, so if I want free water, I can just come and hook my water spigot up right here, but I got to move this. There is an irrigation head somewhere right here. Where's it at? Here it is right here. So we'll have to move that. So everything you see in this natural area that's beside the driveway is going to get shifted that way a little bit. As far as my Jap maple goes, I kind of hate it because I really like looking out my kitchen window and looking at this tree. But like I said, I got more vehicles in the driveway now, and it is what it is. So I have to sacrifice something, right? So how did I come up with the 14 feet? I just kind of come out here and eyeballed it, and kind of got an idea of how much wider I wanted the driveway. So I landed on 14 feet. And when I did that, I started up there where the driveway butts up against the house, come 14 foot over, marked it with some paint, and about every 1 foot down through here, I'd pull 14 feet off and put a little mark. Then I went back and drew out my line with paint. That way, I get the exact same shape of the driveway as I do here. I get it over there. Then what I did is I come off the driveway and measured to the edge of my grass. And I did the same thing about every foot and followed the grass line all the way around. And then whatever that measurement was from the driveway to the grass, I went straight out in the yard and measured from my new driveway line out. So this white line right here is going to be the edge of the new driveway. It's going to come out 14 foot. And then this white line right here is going to be the edge of my grass or my grass line. And of course all this will be natural area. So that means that crepe myrtle right there will be about right here. The mailbox will get moved over and all the liripe will get moved over. My cephalotaxis right here, they're going to stay put. They're not going anywhere. So I ain't sure if you can see it on camera, but if you can, I'm sure somebody's going to ask, Pete, what is wrong with your grass? It is looking rough, and you're right. All these little brown spots you're seeing, they're footprints. Whenever you have a really hard frost, or in our case, we just recently had some snow with some sleet. And then the few days after that, it was like really, really cold. So this was frozen solid. And we had a bunch of kids come over playing in the yard. And in the process of them playing, I got lots of footprints out here and lots of little dead pieces of grass. But don't worry, it's not completely dead. It's not like Roundup dead. Once I mow it a couple of times and put a little fertilizer on it this spring, she'll pop right back to life. So basically what I'm gonna do now is take my weed eater, string trimmer, just like I would edging beds, and I'm gonna follow this white line. I'm gonna cut me a really deep, hard groove, and then tomorrow, when it's daylight and I can see what I'm doing, I'm gonna come out here and everything inside this white line, I'm gonna spray it with Roundup. Yep, it'll take a little bit longer for it to die off, but it'll still kill it. Once this turns brown and dead, I'll start scalping it down, removing as much material as I can, and we'll start doing the transplanting. That'll be in another video. So again, subscribe so you don't miss it. Appreciate you watching. I'll check you later.